Yeah. Oh, spike. Hello. This is episode 1 of something I've wanted to do for quite a while, honestly. We're in a bit of a precarious setup right now, but I just thought this could be really quite cool and ambient. Now, my camera is a vlogging camera, so it's not made to film for long, so it may just cut, which is going to be a bit of a pain. And same with my phone, really, which I'm recording the audio on, so we will see what happens. Now, I'm doing this because yesterday I had a realisation that this is something I've wanted to do for a long time, just me speaking, and almost using this as a journal of sorts, or a podcast. Yeah, so yesterday I was thinking I should probably just get started, because I was making excuses, thinking I need, well, for example, I need a camera that can record for longer, or I need a microphone, which I kind of have. But either way, I was making a lot of excuses and I was putting it off for a better time, and ultimately there's never going to be a better time, so I've just done it today. And I'm just going to talk a little bit about where I'm at in life, in general, and yeah, so that gets me. Now at the moment I've been under quite a lot of kind of stress because all my friends have gone off to university. Now it's that time, I'm 18 and I dropped out of college, so I'm not the biggest fan of education and things like that, and I went off and decided I was going to be an entrepreneur. Now 2 years I've been on this journey and I've not got anything going for myself currently. I haven't made anything work out, basically. I've cycled through a lot of business models and a lot of shiny objects, but it's never worked out for me, and that's okay. But I think what's been stressing me is the fact that, to me, everyone around me is progressing onto the next stage of their life, and I'm not. I'm still in the same position that I have been, and that's been leading me to kind of go into a bit of a fight or flight mode, if anything, because I've been trying to just make things happen out of nothing, having a lot of strange random ideas and thinking things are my calling when they're just not. So it's led me to ultimately just be very confused, and from that I've just become so stressed. And yeah, just trying to make something work for yourself every day when you really ultimately don't know what it is that you're working towards is very, very tricky and very taxing on your mind. Now I've got quite a few things I do enjoy. I enjoy Muay Thai, so training that takes my mind off things. But yeah, man, it's just been tricky. It's been a hard one, but where I'm at now is just chilling. I'm finding a remote job so that I can hopefully get out of the country, but I'll talk about that more in a minute. And I'm just letting myself get time. I'm literally watching, this is so cool, I'm watching a frog climb up a fence. It's a big frog. Wow. Anyway, I'm just giving myself time to relax and chill out, because I was overfiring. My brain was doing too much, and it wasn't giving me an opportunity to actually just let something come to me, you know? And I feel like that's what's going to happen. I feel like if I give myself the time that I need, then something ultimately will come to me, and it'll be good. And then it'll be something I can sit there and go, yeah, I'm going to work at this for the next 10, 20 years, and I'm going to be happy about that. And maybe it's this, maybe it's content creation, because I do enjoy it and it's something I'm passionate about, but I also would like an online business. But we'll see, that's what I mean. I'm just giving myself time to figure things out and just walk through every door that opens, and the ones that close, that's cool with me. Now, on to my next stage as to why I'm getting a remote job and not an in-person one, which I've had loads of. I've talked about this in a previous video, but I want to move to Thailand. Now, people get it a bit twisted when I mention that I want to move to Thailand because of the typical degeneracy which is associated with it. And that's okay, but that's not my... If you know me, you know that's not my scene. It was, but it's not anymore. So, yeah, that's what I want to do. I want to go to Thailand because ultimately in the area that I'm in, I mean, look at this fucking weather. It's like this constantly. It's just a bit depressing. In the area I'm in, it's harder to find inspiration and creativity, you know, because I've been here all my life and I'm so used to it. There's nothing new here, and I want to take a risk. I'm 18, and I want to take a big risk, which would be moving to the other end of the planet, and you know, sinking or swimming, and seeing if it's going to work out for me, or trying to make something happen. That's what I want to do, and hopefully out there I'll be able to build a strong network of entrepreneurs that can inspire me. I can learn things from them, and I can get something going for myself. That's ultimately what I want to achieve while being out there, and also just a sense of freedom, and I'll be able to recreate myself, because everyone around here, I know pretty much everyone, and that's really in a strange way after a certain point frustrating, because they don't know the new me, they just know the old me. So there's a lot of past judgments of myself which exist around here, and that just annoys me, because I've never had an opportunity to kind of reinvent myself as the type of person which I am now, and the type of person I want to be perceived as. So I think, yeah, Thailand will give me a fantastic opportunity to be able to do that, and I feel like a lot of young people are starting to see this as well. They're starting to recognise that they want to get out of their comfort zone and take big risks, because ultimately I think that's what it's all about, really. And then also I can do some Muay Thai. that'll be very fun. This frog hasn't made any progress. He's about halfway up the fence. I wanted to talk about how potentially scary thought, when I get to Thailand the grass might not be greener. Imagine that. For years, about 2, maybe 3 even years, I've been dying to move to Thailand, and the prospect that when I get there it's not gonna be what I thought it was is very scary, but I think I'll be okay with it. I don't think it'll massively bother me. It'll be a bit shit, but I'll regroup and figure out what's next, what makes sense. The only thing that does worry me about the area is just, I mean, as I mentioned before, it's a degeneracy, and it's really not the crowd I want to be around or involved with, and the type of culture I want to be around. So I'm aware of that, and I'm aware that might put me off once I get there. But I'm just going to stay level-headed and see if it's for me. Give myself a few months out there, me and my girlfriend, give us some time out there, and just see what it's all about, really. Get there, I feel that there'll be a better opportunity to grow my personal brand, and it's kind of stupid that I think like this, and I'm self-aware that I put limitations on myself as long as I'm not in Thailand. Like, while I'm here, for some reason in my brain it's just harder to do things, almost as if when I get into Thailand I'm just going to become some content business mogul machine. But that's not the case, and I do know that. But I just think creatively and confidence wise it'll just be good for me. I feel in a better position to put out content and be myself in public as well. I think that's a pretty big one, because they're always talking about how in Thailand, you know, no one really gives a fuck about you just getting about, whereas now around here if you walk around with a camera you're looked at like a fucking idiot. And I guess I shouldn't care. Like, oh, why should you care? But I do, you know, I do, at least a little bit, enough to make me want to leave the fucking country. There's a guy with a chainsaw. That hopefully doesn't mess up the audio. I really hope not. In the end, the phone storage got me, and I wasn't able to record any more audio, but I think I'd kind of said what I wanted to. Obviously in the future I'd want to do longer formatted versions of that. I believe that was only like 10 minutes. But I can't really do that until I get a camera which can film for a bit longer. This is a great camera, but it just can't film for as long as I'd like it to. And it's not an excuse, because I'm going to keep doing short ones like that. I just need to work on my talking points, I believe. Have a little bit more to talk about potentially. And yeah, I'm going to try and get out one of these every week. Because it'll keep me it'll keep me busy. Thank you.